Hello and welcome, divine architects. You are designers, the architects, and also the engineers, the builders of the framework of the 5D reality of the fifth density vibratory state of, in which you are vibrating in now. And these vibrations create your emotional engagement with your thoughts, which creates magnetic and electric currents that attract and anchor this reality here in this field. The manifestations are not instant, but the creation it is. When you think of it, it is so. The problem with not manifesting things is we usually think of it, believe it, create it, and then 2 days later we doubt it and we destroy the curvature of time and space that was warped to bring this to our reality. And this is all from here, from your seat of your soul, anchorage of your soul. So when I say anchorage, I mean the part, the thread that's stuck, that 21 grams holds connection to your higher self, to your oversoul, to your etc., etc., etc. Do you remember the times? Do you remember of ancient Egypt, of Kemet? Do you remember the times, the Greece, the Rome, the old days, the Celtic tribes? Do you remember those? If you feel affinity to those, you were there once upon a time in your previous incarnations. If you don't believe in incarnations, well, you can believe in parallel lives, in parallel realities, which are, by the way, confirmed by the quantum theory, by the string theory that states that for the mathematics to work in the quantum field, there needs to be 11 universes, 11 full possible universes, so the equations work, Maxwell equations of, the Maxwell equations of time, of wave function collapsing. When you collapse it on the Planck scale in the quantum, there needs to be 11 full universes, just like this one, so it can work. So there won't be a paradox of dark matter and so on in the relativity. But if you don't believe in reincarnation, but I think you all do, I think you all remember, and people will remember. And here today we are here to shed a bit of light upon your day. So let's begin with the question. Simple question. For whom do I read, please, Holy Spirit? Holy Spirit, please. For whom do I read? Yikes. What is the challenge they're facing that needs some assistance? What is this challenge? Yeah. Oops. Okay, we will take this one. And give us, please, what is the advice? What is the solution? High-priestess, an emperor, the emperor, the main figure, the high priest. Are you some sort of magician, a witch? So this is the mystical, the psychic awareness, the senses are active. Your other 10 senses, you have body, mind, soul, or spirit. You have 5 senses. Body, you know of them. Mind, you know of them. There are intelligence, reason, and so on. Imagination, and 5 spiritual are clairs, sentient, clair, audi, clair, visual, and so on and so forth. One rule to rule them all. One rule. Please, Odin, what rule for today describes the energy? Berkano, birch tree room. Yes, birch tree, Berkano, it's fertility, transformation, eroticism, fertility, transformation. This is the nicer ones that I made. Fertility, yeah, creation. This is you're stepped in this high-priestess energy, the full control of your creative powers. Mysticism. The sun shines bright with the child upon the horse of light. Ooh, we got the rhymes going. Soak in this energy of, I feel in my navel, which is the sun of your whole being. I feel this warm when I look at this card. Also, my abs are contracted, so maybe there is. But there is. Look at the eyes in the sun. The beautiful eyes. The sun. You are this innocent, lovely, joyful child for whom the sunflowers even turn to you and not the actual sun. You hold a banner of red flag which symbolizes victory and accomplishment in passions, in love, in generosity, in your overall state of being. And you ride the white horse of truth and purity. You are naked in this world now. You are free of your construct of who you were and who you were building. And now you're free in truth and guided by the white horse. White horse always represents spiritual guidance, the truth, the innocence, and so forth. Bam, 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 bam. Lightning, lightning, lightning. Woo! Ace of Swords, yeah. Yeah. We have liftoff. The truth has penetrated the crown of thorns, crown of laurels. The ego has been subdued, has been pierced with truth, and now you're free, you're cleansed and free. You're in. I mean, there's no confusing with these two cards. Like, the sun shines for you, even though today, I don't know if you're noticing, it's snowing heavily. There's some sort of Nordic cold front that came to Europe, and it's really cold. Like, there's snow on the blossoms, cherry blossoms, and yeah. So I hope that fruit survives. So yeah, this is the challenge here. Is the truth is piercing this veil we created, the crown that we put upon our heads that made us special for ourselves, that, maybe it's unconscious. Maybe we don't see that we're holding ourselves crowned with some victorious laurels and laurels and truths, but the truth is piercing this, and maybe this is revealing to you, this is what needs to be accepted, that who you are as you are now is who you need to be. Oh my God, we have a Wheel of Fortune. This is a game changer. The message from Spirit here is one of closing the cycle. The full cycle has been closed, has been concluded successfully, and the advice here is no need to, there is no pressure, no action, no nothing. Only you can enjoy, you can relax, you can rest assured, you can go with the flow, you can let the Jesus take the wheel. I love that analogy. So, you are in passenger seat, you are in driving, and Jesus is with you, and you let them take a wheel, so you can steer your direction. So this is a major cycle is being closed in your life, and now you can rest. The wheel of fortune is turned. The wheel of Dharma treads hard and never stops. And here you see this sword. The Sphinx carries this sword that is piercing the crown. Virgo, Sagittarius, Taurus, Aquarius. The sun. Berkano also speaks for this birch tree, this goddess of fertility. What is the connection here? What is the connection? Let's read about this rune quickly. Where are you? Where thou'st? Berkano is the great many-faceted birch goddess in the Germanic lore, who rules over the process of human and earthly transformations. Bam, 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 bam. So this is the goddess for the human and earthly transformations. For example, the critical human rites of passage, birth, adolescence, marriage, and death, and the seasonal round of agricultural year. The bee rune rules the cyclical process of arising, birth, becoming life, and passing away death. The new rising rebirth, the wheel, can you see it? Can you imagine this cycle being closed, being recycled? This is what's happening. You are in this energy, and it's closed, and you are in. This is 10. This is 19. So you are almost bursting. Almost rainbow is bursting out of your head. As the rune English poem clearly, if symbolically, indicates, the power of Berkano is self-contained. It can grow independent of outside forces, but no growth can take place in a natural world without the aid of several general processes of the bee rune. You made yourself do this, which is the only way. Berkano takes seed substance, hides or conceals it in its enclosure, breaks the enclosure, and bears the transformed substance for it. Structural link to through though independent of the energy room. The symbol of the B rune is birch rod, a magical instrument through which its powers of fertility, transformation, eroticism are invoked in the earth and in humanity. Cosmologically, it's a unit of becoming. It is that moment of being on which all becoming is based, the eternal now, the birch. And the birch is the black and white bark tree. If you don't know, now you know. The B rune also describes the principle of phenomenological randomnesses in the multiverse chance of evolution, whereas Berkano is conserving protective force and rules over concealing enclosures. Yes, this is what High-priestess is. She rules, maintains the enclosure, the temple where the spiritual deed is being done. And you are in this enclosure, in this spiritual, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, remember that you are held with this goddess or high priestess archetype, which you are for which you are in, and the cycle here is completing, and you are winning. You are the victory here is obvious. The truth has pierced this self-imposed, let's say false self, but image of self. The B rune conceals the great mystery of the alchemy of the bird, the power by which words are woven into meanings beyond their concrete definitions. This is understandable of all goddesses. Freya is the mistress to all aspects of the B rune. Freya rules this fertility. It is the fertility, magic, and nature, which is, of course, in Egypt it's Isis, and her incarnation in iterations, Hathor, and so forth, so long. Yes. Welcome, new you. Tomorrow I'm holding a live meditation activation 12 chakra system given by Thoth, the Atlantean, the Egyptian god of magic, the moon, the writing, the wisdom, and then all knowledge, as it were. So I'm holding it live on YouTube. There will be announcements, so you can check with your time. And we go through the key ring, it's called, sequential activation of the chakras through the circle of fifths in musical scales, in musical notes, when correlated with chakras, the notes with chakras. So from C to A, D. And you're moving through circle of fifths. You're skipping 5 or 7 steps or 7 chakras, depending on which note it is. So join me and we'll do it live. If not, you can check it out later, and it will be every Saturday from now on. And with this, we are complete. And I love you, and I'll see you hopefully soon.